Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Desatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindavan Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Yes, yes, please. Thank you. Morning is Vijay Harida. Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Giridhari, yes.
Yakataka Swami. Yakataka Swami Maharaj. Jai.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome everybody. So today we are going to look into a very special topic, or we can say very interesting topic about karma. People ask why do bad things happen to us, and why things happen. Is there a point in life? So we're going to try to understand some things based on what the Bhagavad Gita has to say for this. So we'll have some small version and then we'll start with this.
You wanna
Yeah,
take it? More sweet.
Coffee chair?
Yeah. I brought from India.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Wow. Very sweet.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुवैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्ता श्रीराधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी श्रीराधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकालिने So, as we said, today we'll be speaking as much as we can and discuss about the intricacies of karma. So, what does Bhagavad Gita has to say about karma? What role does it play in our life? So, it is mainly from our chapter number 4, verse number 16 to 18. So, that's where we are dealing, and we'll be looking into verse number 17 today. So, we'll just recite the verse and then we'll go into it. कर्मणो ह्यापि बोधव्यं च विकर्मणा आकर्मणश्च बोधव्यं गहना कर्मणो गति. So, translation proper verses given by ISKCON Dublin. The intricacies of action are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know properly what action is, what forbidden action is, and what inaction is. Purport. If one is serious from material bondage, one has to understand the distinctions between action, inaction, and unauthorized actions. One has to apply oneself to such an analysis of action, reaction, and perverted action because it is very difficult subject matter. To understand Krishna consciousness and action according to its modes, one has to learn one's relationship with the Supreme. That is, one has the Lord, and consequently one has to act in Krishna consciousness. The entire Bhagavad Gita is directed towards this conclusion. Any other conclusion against this consciousness and its attendant actions are vikarmas or prohibited actions. To understand all this, one has to associate with authorities in Krishna consciousness and learn the secret from them. This is as good as learning from the Lord directly. Otherwise, even the most intelligent persons will be bewildered. Interesting. So, as much as we can see. So, what is karma? So, kind of it seems like a mystery. So, we see that karma is there, that it has a saying that some people are confident that someone up high is seeing, watching everything, and some people are is watching us. So, it depends. Either we believe that karma is there and we act, or we fear that God is there and we try to act properly. So either way, people tend to accept that there is something known as karma. So what are your perspective about karma? It can be anything, whether we accept, not accept. So it's like, we can just get some views. What you all feel about karma?
Karma is either good action or bad action. And with whatever discrimination power we have, we need to act. And if we make bad karma with whatever intention we have, we will have to face the consequences. Same goes with the good karma.
Right.
But I think as a spiritual aspirant, we need to go beyond the good and the bad and attain Krishna.
So kind of you summarize my lecture. So thank you for that. So anybody else has any points or views to share? Yeah.
Karma is like whatever you do, somewhere or the other you'll get. If you do good deeds, you'll get good deeds in the future. Maybe this or next life. But if you do bad deeds, somewhere or the other you will get it back also to you.
Yes, right. Thank you for that. So yes, so let's take it step by step now then. So everybody knows about Newton's third law. So what does Newton's third law say? Good. So every action has equal and opposite reaction. So just like you are rowing a boat. So when you row the boat, when you are pushing back, the boat goes forward. The same way when you bounce a ball, the ball hits the wall and the amount of force it went, the same force it will come back. The same way taking the rocket. So when the rocket is applying that pressure from below, the rocket is pushed above. So when for each and everything the third law of motion is applicable, the same thing, no rocket science. Even for our actions also, or our deeds also, this Newton's third law of motion is also applicable. That for every action, there's equal and opposite reaction. Exactly the same thing. So when we do something good, then what happens? Equal and opposite. Equal in the sense, if you do good, good will come back. If you do bad, bad will come back. Opposite in the sense, we did to someone else, now it will happen to us. So it is equal and opposite reaction. So the same way as we do things for others, the same way things happen to us. So that means that this is in principle. We'll see what happens in real world. That is where the most of the questions are there. So first we'll understand what this law of karma is. So what is the law of karma? So that being said, as law of karma is applicable for everyone, in the same way there are two things. Like in our school, everybody have had their own teachers. So is there anyone who got punished by their teacher? Punished or chastised? Yeah, right.
Teacher.
Yes, I will also raise my hand. So yes, everybody got chastised. And sometimes you would have also been praised that okay, he has come first in class. So in that way you will be praised as well. And so same goes in our house also. That we study well and probably our father buys us a bicycle, maybe. And if you don't study well, then father or mother asks us that why did you don't study? What did you do? And in the same way, in government also it happens. Like you be a good citizen, you will probably be awarded, or at least nothing bad will happen to you. And if you do something wrong, breaking the rules, then you will have to go to the jail. So we see that when we behave well, good things happen to us. Either it be parents, or it be government, or it be with teachers, whatever. And if we do something bad, then the same bad thing happens. So when we are given some punishment, what is the punishment being given for us?
Because you are breaking the rule.
Yes, we are breaking the rule, so we are getting punishment. So what do they expect when we are getting punished?
Like let's say when you are traveling, you have to obey the traffic rule. If you are not obeying, then definitely you will be punished. Same in family also. If you are not obeying your parents, means what is their protocol? If you are not following, so that will be also in case of punishment. In school also. So means if any circumstance are breaking the protocol, then there will be.
Okay, so is it like is the parent angry that how dare you not follow my words? Is it like that when they are punishing the child?
Yeah, somewhere means like yes. Like every family has their own structure. So if the child is not aligned with that structure, definitely parents will get angry.
Yeah, that's that. But after
parents will be abandoned.
Yeah, that's that. So what do you expect after the child gets punishment?
Means child should remember.
They learn from their mistake which they got punished from.
Right, exactly. So yes, we punish them so that they understand that I did something which I should not have done. So that is why punishment are there. Teacher punishes you because you should not be roaming in the school when the lecture is going on. And teacher and government is saying that you don't drive on the left because you have to drive on the right, or vice versa. And the same way parents are punishing you because you didn't study, which will affect you when you grow up. So they give us punishment so that we realize that I need to correct something. And when I do something right, then they reward us so that we feel okay, I got some reward, and obviously we'll be happy. So we'll be like, okay, I did something good, so I should probably do more of it. So that is the purpose behind reward and punishment. So the same way, even karma works in this way, so that we realize in our life that how should I live my life and how I should not live my life. Yeah?
So this is only in the case when someone gets caught.
Yeah,
If
good,
someone
good.
doesn't get caught, then
Yeah, very good question. Thank you so much. So, like, for example, if someone does a hit and run case and nobody detects him in camera, so what will happen? He will get saved in this world. But, there are two characters of law of karma. So, we'll explore the practical aspects as well. So, one is, it is inevitable, or we can say inexplicable. In a sense, nobody can escape from it. How we will understand? So there are two characteristics. One is nobody can escape from it, and second is it is impartial. There is no exception. In the sense, okay, nobody can escape from it except who are very rich, or except who are probably above 50 years of age, whatever. Some people are given exceptions. It's not like that. Nobody are exempt from law of karma, and everybody has to face the reactions. If it is good, then good, and if it is bad, it's bad. We'll see now for your question. We are coming up for that. I know this question will come. So these are the characteristics that we will have to face the consequence, irrespective who we are, where we are, how we are, etc. Whatever. It is impartial for everybody regarding the law of karma. Alright. So that being said, so one might ask that some people escape from bad reactions, that I did the right job, but I didn't get a raise, whereas my friend, he didn't work that much and he got a raise, or let it be in studies, let it be in office. We do so much and we don't get recognized, and the other person doesn't do much and he easily gets recognized and he goes ahead. And the same way, if someone does something bad, he might probably escape without any reaction. So we might think that, okay, in paper it sounds good, law of karma, nobody can escape, but in reality I see there is some gap. So what to do about that gap? So let's take a simple example. For example, I have an iPhone. I kept it down for recharge. So I have an iPhone. Let's say anyone has an iPhone here.
Not me.
Okay. So, for example, if I have a Nokia, Nokia 1100 series.
Yes.
So, how much is it?
1100.
Very good. So, and iPhone is probably say latest model 3000 euros, whatever. So, I see that you bought a new phone, okay? And I was like, oh, how can new phone when I have a very cheap phone? And I wantonly drop your phone down and it breaks. And you realize that I was jealous of you. So, is it okay if I say, okay, if you are feeling bad, take my phone, you also break my phone. I broke your phone, you break my phone. So, tit for tat, equal. Is it okay? Why?
Because it's a negative reaction for me to do that.
Yeah, okay, that's really a good answer. Or, for example, if say you want to take, you are not happy and you want to take revenge, that whatever happened is not fair. Even then, is it okay if you break my phone?
No.
Okay, why?
Because revenge is not a good idea.
Okay, fine. I think you are very advanced. No, it's good actually.
iPhone costs more.
Yes. And one of the reasons is iPhone also costs more. Like, I break the 3000 euros phone, you break my 1000 euro phone, or probably my 100 euros phone. So it's like you will have to, how much is it? 30. You have to break my phone 30 times to equalize the loss. So, and I just need to break your phone again. And again I'm in profit again. So, It's not that just because someone has done bad to me, immediately they also need to get a reaction immediately. Like in India, like there is a dialogue that जो मेरे साथ हुआ तेरे साथ भी होगा तभी तुम रोओगे मैं हंसूंगा. That whatever bad you did to me, that will happen to you. That time you will cry and I will laugh. Of course, when bad things happen to us, unless unwantedly, unwarrantedly, we will feel bad, of course. And justice is required. But the thing is, in this case, for example, like I broke your iPhone. So what is what is the goal of karma, law of karma?
That good or bad, whatever
So
you
learn it's not a good idea to break someone's iPhone.
Yeah, so transformation in the sense. So if the goal is transformation, how a person will be transformed when he feels the same pain he gave to the other person. That is the way one can feel transformed. That actually I should not have done this to others because now I realize how bad it feels when it is done. So for that, what has to happen? I also have to buy a new latest iPhone. So for that, I need to come across billboards which says very good camera, very new features, and I also need to have that much amount of savings. And for savings, I need to have a very good job, and then I need to purchase that phone. I need to do savings, and then I will purchase the phone, and then someone will come who will be jealous of me, and he will break my phone. So it will come, it will happen. There is a pipeline for it. But for that to happen, it takes time. Just like we know, smoking causes cancer. It's printed on all the cigarettes. So is it that if someone smokes today, the next day he will cough, the next day he will feel breathlessness, next day he will be admitted, and next day he will die? Is it immediate reaction will come for him?
No.
Why?
It takes time. It's a long-term process.
Yeah, it's a long time process. It builds up ultimately. So in the same way, for any action, to get any fruit, for example, you sow a seed, we say, right? So when you sow a seed, there is one bamboo known as Chinese bamboo. So I read about it recently. So it takes 5 years and 3 months for it to grow completely. I think it grows up to, I don't remember, some 60 feet or something. So if it will be interesting to know that for the first 5 years, when you water it, not even a sapling comes out of it. It's like the ground is as it is. We are like, oh my God, was that seed gone bad or something? I don't know. But if we still keep continuing to water, then in 3 months it grows to 60 feet or whatever. So we can see that the time it takes for the seed to fructify depends upon the kind of seed you are putting. So in the same way, what kind of karma we have done, because you do a karma. It's told, whatever karma you do, it is like a seed. So when you do some good karma, seed is created, and when you do bad karma, same way seed is created. Now it depends what kind of karma you have done, and that how much time that seed it will take for it to fructify. It may be 1 month, it can be 1 year, it can be 10 years, this lifetime or next lifetime, but it is sure to come out. But the time it takes is why? So that we also feel the same way we made the other person feel. So that maybe that person will realize and transform. Like for example, if you hasten it, nowadays we get fruits and flowers which are, jaldi. It's so that it grows quickly, we put pesticides and chemicals. And it grows also quickly. But do you get the same fragrance and smell?
No.
So, although you can hasten the process, but the effect won't be there. So for it to have effect, it has to happen naturally. That's why it is called as law of nature. So nature knows what should happen, when it should happen, why it should happen. And it is perfectly timed. But if we say it should happen quickly, it may happen, you might be successful, but then the desired effect won't be there. That is the reason, certain things are arranged in a certain way. Even if you look back in life, we will feel that, probably you might have also felt that what happened in my life, events in my past, they all had a purpose or a reason due to which I am now today here. I am a better person today. So have anyone felt like that?
Yes.
Okay. So I also felt like that. So it depends. We can look back and we'll be like, okay, for example, when that other person begged me, I realized that okay, I should be good to others. From that, I learned being kind to others. Then when I started helping others, then people started thanking me that thank you for being kind. Then I realized that this is a very good value. So in this way, what do good or bad? By bad direction, we understand we should not do, and by understand yes, I should do. So in this way, our character gets formed. Our character, or we can say, our values gets formed. So that is the purpose of law of karma, to transform us and to shape us. And what's the purpose? We'll see soon. So in this way, we can understand that karma takes its time, but it is sure to happen. So, and what about natural disasters? Okay, I understand some things takes time, but as we said, sabr ka phal meeta hota hai. So okay, patience is always good. So what about natural disaster? If someone has to face something, then why is it that in a tsunami hundreds of people die? So what did 99 people do? For one person, so 99 people die. So what do you think? Is it good or is it bad?
Bad, the collective karma.
Yes.
Collective karma.
Very good, yeah.
Sometimes in the capital, for example, I lost my wife in the pandemic. Maharani died. It's different karmas, even inside the capital.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. So, anybody else has any views about collective karma or why this happens?
Maybe there is something connected to a natural disaster, so that's why they're also facing the same now.
Yeah, cool. Almost there. So, so I will try to give it with one simple example. Like, for example, myself and probably any two of you, we three people go to a restaurant, probably downstairs only, Govinda's restaurant, and we ask for probably a dessert. And just think that they are preparing the dessert. It is, they're preparing downstairs. So now the dessert has come. So we all the three have asked for a cheesecake. So is it that the waiter or the server will take one cake and give it to me, then go back, take another for you, go back and take another for you?
No.
Is it possible?
No.
It is possible, of course. But is it efficient? No. But best thing is we take all the three and give it, take this. Be happy. So in the same way, that's what we call it as collective karma. So when 100 people have to face one karma, as we discussed now, he has to have a desire, then he has to go buy the phone, then someone will come and break. It takes a long time. So if we do for each and every person separately, it's too much of a cost for the nature to do the arrangements. So what nature does, it arranges everybody at a single place and everybody gets the karma together. Take another example. Like for example, somebody goes to an international place. I don't want to name some place. Probably they will message me. So they go to an international spot and for summer vacation, and they are in the beach. And for example, on 6th June, tsunami comes at that place. So many people went to the vacation on 5th June, 4th June, 3rd June, and nothing happened to them. Many people will go there at 7th, 8th or 9th June they were planning, so they were not there on that date. And on 5th June, many people were there in the central city, so they will also not suffer. And many people will be in the beach area, but they will be at the house, at the top floor. So they also won't be affected that much. But there will be certain amount of people who will be at the beach, thinking that, oh, nice sun. So they will be sitting there. And that is when actually, at the right time, the tsunami comes. And even then, if you see, not everybody who faces the tsunami might die. Like, it's a real time incident that many people suffered tsunami, but many of them faced injuries, but they survived. Some people had to lose their body, and many people were there in the city or somewhere on the building, so they didn't suffer that much. So, who decides who will die and who will survive, who will be where at what time? So, that is where karma comes into place. So, this is where what we say as collective karma or group karma. So, yeah, yes, no.
I was in India for the last time, 13 years ago, and I was thinking about myself, but I know something about a flight from Delhi to London. The plane fell. It was a terrible crash. Only one man saved.
Yeah.
People say it's a miracle. Everybody died, but only one man in India, Delhi, saved. It's a different karma.
Yeah.
All those people died. 100.
Yeah.
That man, did you know?
Yeah.
That man saved. It's a miracle. It's impossible.
Right.
Over the flood and the explosion of blast. Walking with no injury, nothing. Walking in the middle of that disaster in Delhi. So flight from Delhi to London.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, that's true. So we understand that group karma is there, so it works in this way. So till here is it comfortable? Like, are you able to connect the dots? Comfortable with whatever I said, or is there any counter doubts, following doubts? Anybody?
Prabhuji, I think you were explaining who will decide, who will be the bunch of people who will coming under that collective karma.
Correct. Yeah.
I think you were explaining that.
Yeah. So that's how group karma works. The group karma decides that who will be there at what place.
But who will decide?
That's what law of karma is there. As in Srimad Bhagavatam it comes karmana deva netarena. So karmana deva netarena means there are superior arrangements which are being done. For example, like in a company, we have CEO, CFO. Under him we have project manager. Under him we have team lead, and under him we have employees. So in this way, there is a hierarchy on how a company will run. So if a company needs so much structure and discipline so that an organization can run, so this whole world is like an organization. So it also needs discipline and planning and structure. So for that we are here just like we can say as employees. And there are team leads like demigods, then we have Manus, demigods, Saptarishis, Brahmaji. So we have all this structure so that they handle everything. So in this way, there are higher arrangements who decide that in this birth, what all things will be facing. So like for example, like in one day, many children are born. So in Dublin, many are born. In Mumbai, many are born. And in Mumbai, for example, in one hospital, anywhere in one hospital, again many children are born. So take an example, in Mumbai, in for example ABC hospital at 6 p.m. That time also many children are born, if you see.
Yes.
So this was the case of my classmate. So they were actually twins. In one way, if you see, one child is born to a rich parent, one child is born to a poor parent. So in my friend's case, they were born to the same parent because they were twins. So they were born on the same day, same place, almost same time, and same parents. And they looked also similar because they were twins. But one was good in mathematics, another was good in athletics. So how is it? So who decides this? This is decided by karma. And that karma is decided by karmana deva netar. That is decided by higher arrangements. So that is why we see that why everybody of us are unique and different. Because our karma, in the sense whatever we did in our past lives, decide what will happen now. And whatever we do now will decide what will happen in the future. So that is the purpose of law of karma. Not that I point out, oh, you are suffering. Probably, Prabhuji, you are having a bad karma. No. I don't use philosophy to pinpoint others, but I use it to understand what I should do in my life. So that's why karma decides that whatever happens in my life. Not that now one question can come. So if karma decides everything, then what's the point? Why should I plan? Why should I put effort and everything? So there the question comes is, for example, you are planning. It's a good thing we are in Ireland. So if you are planning to go out to a park and suddenly you see that the weather forecast is raining, so what will you do?
Go inside. Get a raincoat.
So you could have said that, okay, anyways it's going to rain, why should I make any effort? That also some people do.
Yeah.
And some people say, okay, if it is raining, let me wear a raincoat and let me go. So weather forecast is not in our hand. So in the same way, what karma we will face is not in our hand. If I knew what is going to happen, I would have planned. But of course, karma doesn't tell us before coming. So what happens to us, the weather forecast and the karma which happens, or probably my neighbor is complained about me, or my friend is, he promised me and he left me, whatever. So these are not in my hands. But how I react to it, that is in my hands. So in the same way, what karma we get is not in our hands, but what choices we make, that determines that what type of karma I will create now and hence how my life will be in the future. So that's why when we understand how karma works and what is the right reaction I should give, what is the right reaction I should give, how I should behave, then what happens? We won't behave wrongly. For example, if someone doesn't know how to behave, so if someone shouts at him, what he can do? For example, if your name is Tandus, right? Yeah. So, for example, Tandus Prabhuji, he steals my favorite dish and eats it. So I have two choices. Either I can slap him, which I won't. And the second thing is, I talk with him and I come in terms and resolve things. So, when I know how to behave, then I won't probably, resort to beating him. So in the same way, when I understand how to behave and what kind of behavior I should do, what is good, what is bad, that will help me to do informed choices in my life. People say that think before you say, or have control over your emotions, or when you are angry, do not speak. People say, right, when you are angry, do not speak. When you are happy, do not give promise, and when you are sad, do not take decisions. We have seen in Instagram post. So how do we do it? For doing that, we need to know what is right and what is wrong. What things I should do, what things I should not do. Okay, I might even know that when I'm happy, I should not make any promise, but I will still make some promises. So how do I get that strength or that wisdom to know what is right and wrong and also follow it? So that knowledge is what we get from the Shastras. So that is the reason Shastras are relevant in our life. Like Bhagavad Gita. We might be hearing that Bhagavad Gita is timeless wisdom. You go to Bhagavad Gita, you will get all the answers. We might have heard it since our beginning. So how is it that Bhagavad Gita is even relevant today? How many people think that it is relevant even today? Okay, I will ask you why. Still are you going to raise time? Okay, you are going to put it down. Okay. So let me tell why is it relevant. Like I had my own realization. I also heard from my seniors. Like there are 3 parts in Bhagavad Gita. Like 1 to 6 chapters, then 7 to 12, and 13 to 18. So we have 3 set of chapters. So the first chapter is speaking about Karma Yoga. The second chapter about Bhakti Yoga. And the third about Jnana Yoga, as we all know. So, everybody of us wants to be successful in life. Everybody of us. But, challenges come and, we are not in the right field. As they say, do what you love what you do. But we don't know how to choose the right stream. So, we are not able to be at our best potential. So, Bhagavad Gita, the Karma Yoga teaches us how to reach our best potential in life. So that thing is covered by Bhagavad Gita in first 6 chapters. The Yoga of Work, Karma Yoga, connecting to Krishna through work. So Krishna in the first 6 chapters is speaking to us or telling us how can we become a better version of ourselves. How to reach our best potential. That is taught in first 6 chapters. Then in the last 6 chapters, even if we do our best, even if we are good with others, still life will have problems. We all know. So, how do we handle such challenging situations in our life? Those challenging situations, how to be detached, how to take the right choices in life. So, those things are taught by Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13 to 18. And in the middle, so the first 6 chapters is teaching me how to come to my best potential. The last 6 chapters is teaching me how to handle challenging situations in life. And finally, the middle 6 chapters, they are going to teach me, I will tell you what. So, what are you all trying to find in life? Ultimately, why are we working?
Money.
Money. So, what will do with that money?
Enjoyment. Sense enjoyment.
Okay, so why do we enjoy?
Gain happiness.
So, for example, okay, so can you be happy if you have a very good career and you have a lot of money, you have gone to a world tour twice, can you still be, will you be satisfied?
Money can't buy happiness.
Yeah, so then, very good. So recently someone posted it as well. So what is missing there?
It depends what
Krishna.
you are looking. If in that situation, what I am looking, if that is missing, although other parameters
Peace of mind,
are
yes.
there,
And how do we get peace of mind?
By engaging ourselves in bhakti.
Okay. Yeah, you got 2 ahead. I got so, like how was COVID for everybody when you were locked down in the home?
Very depressing.
Yes. So why is it?
Relationships. No one to talk to.
Because we need to engage with others. Even if I have so much money in my account, what will I do with those money?
Yeah.
How much can I eat? How much can I travel? I need someone to share. So in the same way, ultimately we are all looking for love. So the middle 6 chapters is teaching about how to find love and ultimately divine love. So that is the Bhakti Yoga or the Yoga of love. So Bhagavad Gita is teaching me how to become my best version of myself, how to tackle challenging situations in life, whatever they may be, and how to find love to fulfill my heart. So these 3 things were there 5,000 years ago as well. People are searching for this. People are searching even today, I think. I hope so.
Yes.
And people will be searching for this even 10,000 years from now. So that's why time doesn't matter. That's why we say it as timeless wisdom. Whatever may be the problem, it will fall in either of these 3 categories only. So that's why we get all the answers in Bhagavad Gita. You might not get the exact answer of your situation, but if you try to understand Bhagavad Gita from the right source, like decoding the encrypted. So this Bhagavad Gita, you can open it, but still it is encrypted. So when you hear from the right source, then you will understand how it is relevant to your situation and you can apply it in your life. So that is why Shastras are needed. So this is there how Shastra can help us. But now let's come back to the point. Okay, Shastras can help me. Okay, so how can Shastra help me escape my karma? Because karma is the cause of my suffering. So I don't want to unnecessarily suffer. So whether it be being happy in this world or let it be going to some other planetary system or even going back to Godhead or whatever, we need to get free from karma. It's true. So how do we get free from karma? So for that, there are 3 ways that we can, as I said, karma is there. Why? Why is there karma? Again?
We do activities, which is why we
Like what's the purpose of karma?
transformation.
Exact transformation. And so if I learn the lesson before that karma comes, will that karma get nullified? What do you think? Like I have a lesson to learn. And before that karma comes to me to teach that lesson, if I learn the lesson, will that karma go away?
No.
Of course not completely, but it depends upon the karma. I won't go deeper, then we'll lose time. So, if that it depends upon the intensity or severity of karma. So, but usually the smaller the karma is, usually if we learn the lesson, the karma gets dissolved. But for that, you have to be transformed from your heart. If you have really realized that lesson, that there is no need for that karma to come into your life. So in that case, we can dissolve that karma. But of course, if it is really intense, then still that karma will come. But because you have learned that lesson, you will not be that much affected by it. But for that transformation to come, there are 3 ways to learn. That is what our Shastra says. One is Pratyaksha Praman. One is Anuman Praman and another is Shabda Praman. It's simple thing. It's just So like either I can somebody can a teacher might teach me 2 + 2 = 4 and I learn it. Lesson learned. Okay, very good. I'll pass the exam. Or I might have my friend, my classmate, who I see his book or assignment, and I say 2 plus 2 equal to 4. And I see my another friend, he's also writing 2 plus 2 equal to 4. So by seeing my friends, I learn, okay, 2 plus 2 equal to 4. I miss my teacher, but my friends came to my rescue. Or I make a mistake in my homework, my teacher gives me 0, and in exam also I fail, again I get 0, then my mother beats me, and then I learn 2 plus 2 equal to 4. So we have 3 options. Either learn from the teacher, learn from the friends, or learn with experience. So our pratyaksh or Shabda Praman means learning through authorities, be it teachers, usually teachers we can say for now. So when we learn from the teachers, right hand, first hand, that is Shabda Praman. We learn from the authorities. And when we learn from association, my friends, then that becomes Anuman Praman. Because we say, okay, he is also doing, and it seems okay, so okay, that's okay. Through our intelligence, we try to understand. And lastly, when nothing works, and when we learn from our experience, that is known as Pratyaksha Praman. So either we can learn from authorities, we can learn from associates, or we can learn from our experience. We have 3 ways to learn. So if we learn from in the same way, bringing it to our life. So when we learn from authorities like Bhagavad Gita, then we learn the lesson directly, and then we are done right away. But frankly it's not easy always. We can't learn everything. So when we are in association of devotees like this, then what happens? I ask Tanush Prabhu, or I ask Somu Prabhu, so Ajay Prabhu. So in this way we ask each other, and probably they will also tell, oh Prabhu, this is like this, I learned this. So in this way eventually I will absorb the lesson. Or if I am not able to, then what happens? Life happens, and then from that I think about it, I ask some others for help, and then they tell me that this is how life is, and then I learn the lesson from that. So there are 3 ways of learning the lesson, either directly from Shastras, Bhagavad Gita, or if it is not like that, that's why we have association. So in association we learn that same lesson again, or by experience we learn that lesson. So if we learn the lesson being in association or by reading Bhagavad Gita, then many of our lessons can be learned before they come. So in that way we can get free from our karma, or if it is severe also, when it comes, we won't be affected by that karma, because we already know in this test what is the answer. So when we know the answer, it's easy to pass. So in the same way, like I remember a quote which I saw on Instagram, that life is a tough teacher. It takes test first and then teaches us the lesson. But if we have the Bhagavad Gita, then there is no problem, because we already have the syllabus. So that's why there are 3 ways, as I said. So how to escape karma? Learn the lesson beforehand. Ultimately karma is there because we have to learn the lesson. To whom you did, we don't know where he is. He might be in some other place, he is happy or whatever. But it is, even if that person forgets, still we need to face that karma. We can, as I said, nobody can escape it. We can escape the court of law, but we cannot escape the law of karma. It will still come back to us. So that's why if we learn that lesson, either it will get dissolved, or we might still face it, but we will be safe, fine enough. So that way, when we gain knowledge through the Shastras, it is possible that we learn the lesson and save ourselves from karma. Or even if the karma comes, I am not affected by it. As I said, the third part, how to be detached from life situations. And now, as I said, now what I learn now will decide what action I will do now, which will decide my future life, what happens with me. So by learning the lessons of Shastra, by transforming myself, that is where I form my character. We say that I want to become a good person, I want to have control over my emotions, I want to become more kind, empathy, etc., etc. All these values comes when we learn the lessons from the Shastra or association, or either way, anyways. So when we learn that, then we ourselves become a better person, we become free from our karma, our life becomes better, so everything happens, and in that way what happens? My future also becomes better. And finally, as we all know, when we do that, then we come to a stage where we can finally, because our life is now good, I don't have problem with anyone, so then finally what I can do, I can now have a peace of mind to focus on higher things in life. Because otherwise we can see nowadays that many people are distressed about even basic requirements. That sometimes food, clothing, shelter is also challenging nowadays. So when we become free from karma and hence suffering is not there, and hence we learn the lesson and we also become a better person or better version of ourselves, and then we'll be able to focus on higher aspect of life like spirituality, etc., etc. So that's possible. And for that, what Krishna says, so okay, I understand, okay, from scriptures, from association, everything is possible. So what to do? Sounds good. So what should I do now? Please tell me some practical tips. So for that, what does Krishna say? That Krishna says in Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, 3rd chapter, 10th verse. Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena vijate purusham param. So, if someone has desires to fulfill something, I want to go to America, okay, fine. Or if I have no desire, I just want to become liberated, okay, fine. Or someone says, I don't want anything, I just want to do bhakti. So, let it be anything. Akama, no desire. Sarva kama va, okay. Or moksha kama udaradi, whatever it may be. Tivrena bhakti yogena. If we just engage in devotional service of the Lord, then everything becomes fulfilled. Just like if there is a tree here, so we have a plant here. So if I water this plant root, then I don't need to make effort to water its stem, leaf, fruits and everything. If I just water the roots, the whole plant will grow nicely. So the same way, if I just do bhakti, automatically, getting free from karma, learning the lessons, and molding my personality and having a better life, everything comes automatically. And bonus, along with this, I will be able to, find divine love, and finally I can get liberated from this, existence. So everything comes when we engage in bhakti. So all we need to do is, yes, we need to do a responsibility. That doesn't mean, chodo garba chalo Haridwar, no need to leave everything. But do your duty, that's what Krishna said to Arjuna. Do your duty, but alongside that, whatever duty you do, you offer it to me and engage in my devotional service. So in that way, whatever position you are in, be in that position, do your duty, and alongside, include Krishna. It's like they say, कुछ छोड़ना नहीं है, बस एक चीज जोड़ना है. You don't need to leave anything. You just need to add one thing, and that adding one thing is Krishna. When you add Krishna or devotional service into your life, then everything gets sorted out automatically. So that is the purpose of, that is the solution for everything. Because as we see, understanding karma is not in our hands, but solving karma is in our hands if we take to devotional service. So that's the one-stop shop. When we do bhakti, then everything, all the problems and all our desires and everything can be fulfilled when we engage in bhakti. I can take. Good question. So we see two things, that destiny is what is the manifestation of karma, our results, fruit of the results is what we call it as destiny. Because destiny is not in our hands. So the fruits of our karma means prarabdha, what we say usually. So that prarabdha means whatever karma is coming to me, which I don't have control of. So that is what we call it as destiny. So just like weather forecast, I don't have control over what weather it will be, but I have a freedom how to react. Either I can become frustrated, are yaar har din barish hota, I can do that, or I can probably change my plan, or I can go with a raincoat, whatever. So the same way, destiny will happen nonetheless. But if I know how to react to it, or if as I said, we have already learned the lesson, we won't be affected with what destiny we get. Or if we know how to react because of Bhagavad Gita, learning the lessons, then we know how to react so that we don't become frustrated or we don't, feel bad. Why did I do in that situation? So that's the requirement. Hope it helps. Yes,
Prabhuji, in Srimad Bhagavatam, Narada Muni says everything happens because of guna, karma and kala. Mm-hmm. So I don't understand what the difference is. I thought guna and kala also are part of karma. So why did he say three different things rather than just karma?
Good question, thank you. So as Krishna says in 4th chapter, 12th verse also, Prakriti, Chaturvarnamaya system, Guna, Karma, Vibhakasha. So, if you want to translate it literally or to understand its context, when we say Guna is psychological nature and Karma is physical nature. Like, everybody has their own mentality, right? For example, some might be good in research, some might be good in management, some might be good in investment, and some might be good in technology skills. So everybody has their own nature. If you put a person who is good in, for example, what I can say, for example, who is good in investing, you put him in research, he might do it, but he will always think of maybe I want to start a startup. We have many friends like that. So they are working 9 to 5 jobs, but they are always dreaming, I want to start a startup. Why? Because their psychology and their physical action do not match. So it's necessary that our psychology and our physical action, both of them match. So Guna is our psychological nature and Karma is our physical action, what we are actually doing. So when we say Guna Karma, it means psycho-physical nature. So we say, right, that do what you love what you do. So what does that actually mean? Means, as I said, that some people like to work to have a startup. So in that case, their nature is of entrepreneur. Some people who are good in management, their nature is of administrator, manager. Some people good in investments or something, they are good as scientists or something. And some people who are good at technology, they are good in service, providing service to others. So this is exactly what our Sanatana Dharma has, what we call it as Varnashram Dharma. One who is, we can say scientist or preaching class, they are known as Brahmanas. Who are administrator class or Satriyas, who are mercantile class, we call it as Vaishyas, who are service class, they are known as Sudras. Of course, we have a stigma around all these names, but this is what they actually are. Today, what we are following is unfortunately too far away from it, but this is what it actually intended, why it was intended actually. Because everybody has their own nature and everybody has to work. And if my psychology doesn't match what I do, then automatically I'll be dissatisfied. And that's, I don't need to tell you, we know what's happening in this world. So, unless my nature is aligned with what I'm doing, I won't find satisfaction. Or I will in fact find frustration. So that's why it's very important that as per our nature, we do certain activities. So that is why Varnashram system was there, so that we understand what our nature is and accordingly we do what we call as today as career counseling. So that is what in Gurukul they used to do. Realize what nature this person has and accordingly guide him in the direction so that he will find his own livelihood in that direction. So that is what they used to do. So this is why we have Guna and Karma, because we will have our psychology and we will have our actions. So based on psychology, our actions usually happen. But when they don't match, then they automatically lead to frustration. Like any work we do, we will always have some challenges. It's not that if we do, someone has any entrepreneurship, like someone is a good entrepreneur and he opens a startup, it doesn't mean that he won't have stress or challenges. But because it aligns with his nature, he will love doing it. Even if there is anxiety, still he will love doing it. If someone is good in administration, he will have a stressful day, but at the end he will like, okay, chalo, so sakta hai. He will be happy at the end. In one way, it's a different kind of happiness, although there is a stress. So we can't avoid anxiety, but if it aligns with our nature, that anxiety will eventually elevate us because it is aligning with our nature. So when it aligns with our nature, at the end we will find satisfaction because it is matching my nature. So that is why Krishna says Guna Karma. When it is matching your Guna and Karma and you work accordingly, then your livelihood is anyways there. So that is covered. Then you are finding satisfaction. So because of that, what happens? You don't need to try to search satisfaction elsewhere. Like practically speaking, because we are not satisfied with our work, so out of frustration we want to now find happiness. And how do you find happiness then?
Sense enjoyment.
Yeah, so based on the salary, right? Kab salary aayega? 30, or first 1 tarikh, kab aayega? And as soon as it comes, in 3 days it vanishes also. And again 27 days we are waiting again for that day to come. Why? Because we are not happy in our work. Not necessarily everybody, but whoever are facing happens. So what happens? Because we are not happy at our work, we are trying to find happiness from the result of the work. That is what Krishna says. Do your duty, don't be attached to the results of your duty. That's what Krishna says. So, do your duty which aligns with your work. So, you will find satisfaction automatically by doing it. Karne maza aa raha hai in that way. And then when you find satisfaction in doing what you are doing, your duty, then only you will be able to be detached from the result. Otherwise, it's not possible. And then, then only you will be able to offer your fruit to Krishna and whatever you can progress in spirituality. So that's why it's important that, it is all these things we can cover as and when we go. But this is the main thing. So, guna and karma, that's why they are the two things. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
When we do work, there are ethical and unethical also we do. When we are adding karma. So, but you say we have to keep Krishna in center and do the work, but that is not possible for everyone. So, how are we adding the karma, or are we getting balance when we do bhakti, and how it is?
So, if I understand correctly, whatever work we do, there is some unethical things which happens. So, what to do in that case, like that? Yeah. So yes, we can't. That's why it is Kali Yuga. As it's a Kaler Dosho Nidhe Raja. It's an ocean of faults. We won't be able to escape it. But as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita also, in 18th chapter, Krishna says, just as fire is covered by smoke, every endeavor is covered by faults. We cannot escape from faults. So let it be any yoga. There will be some fault. Now there are many faults, but in other times also there will be some fault. Why? Because to err is human. By default there will be some mistake we will be doing anyways. So doing mistakes it happens, but how much you can do, you do. To whatever extent you can try to avoid it, you avoid. And there will be something which you cannot avoid. That ultimately what you can do, you can offer it to Krishna. This is what best I could do, Krishna. You offer the result to Krishna and Krishna will take care. When you do your best, as you say, right? You do your best, God will do the rest. So we see all this knowledge is ultimately coming from Bhagavad Gita only, we are able to see. So you do your best. Okay, this, unethicalness we cannot avoid. But at least, okay, how much ever ethically I can do, the job is proper, I am also not cheating, and I'm doing my work properly, and I'm offering my fruits also, how much ever I can to Krishna. So in this way, when we are doing our best, Krishna will take care of the rest. And anyways, we have devotee association, as we said. From association we can learn, if not directly from Shastras, we can learn from association. Yes. Yeah, thank you. Yes, Paul?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the class. Prabhuji, I had two questions. First one was, I wanted to understand, you mentioned that if we learn the lessons of the karma before the reactions come to us, we can kind of escape it. So is it because of Shastra? Is it that we can get the wisdom of Shastra and then we learn the lesson before? And the second question is, when we actually face the reactions of karma, how do I de-encrypt it to understand what is the lesson that Krishna is trying to make me learn?
So, in the case of trying to decrypt that lesson, Prabhuji, for that, as we say, we are the average of the association we are in. As there is a saying that tell me your friends and I will tell what character you are. So in the same way, our consciousness will be the average of the circle we are in. So if we want to enhance our consciousness, our awareness of what is happening with me, what I should do, what is the purpose, etc., whatever, to increase your consciousness, your circle, should also become elevated. So that's why, as it said, material problems need spiritual solutions. For example, if a child is sleeping, 8 hours is okay, 12 hours is sleeping. So what will that father tell? Will the mother tell him to go to temple, or will the mother tell, "Arey, get up and go outside and play. Everybody's playing, you're sleeping 12 hours a day."
Go outside and play.
So it's although reading is the best, but mother knows he is not going to read. Already 12 hours is sleeping. If I tell him to read, he will sleeping on the book. So better is at least go out and play. Then if he is always playing, mother will tell, enough of playing, now you sit and read. Now if he is reading very well, okay, very good, now he will not get beating, but mother will tell, okay, you're very good. Probably you can also explore going to gym, yoga or temple or whatever. So you are at one level, you have to upgrade your level. So when you upgrade your level, then that is like, coming out of comfort zone and all, whatever. So in that way what happens, your consciousness increases. You from Tamagun, you come to Rajagun, so your activities change and no pressure. Then you come to Satagun, then again upgrade. Then you come to Suddha Sattva. So in that way, spiritual, then you again upgrade. So in that way, when you upgrade your association, then automatically your activities change. And when your activities change, you learn new things, your awareness increases, and in that case, you will be able to understand what life is trying to teach you. And that's best learned in spiritual circles because we have the manual of life, so it becomes more easier for us to decrypt the lesson. So spiritual association and looking for higher association. So that will help us to realize what are we to learn, what are we to change in ourselves, and how to improve. Anything else?
First question.
Yeah, first question is you said that escaping the karma,
Yeah.
right? So as I said, Prabhuji, it depends upon the karma. As I said, Krishna says that intricacy of karma we cannot understand.
Yes.
So if that karma or the intensity is small, then probably it might not even need to come to you because you have learned the lesson already. But if the intensity is more, then it will come, but because you have learned the lesson, then it is not majorly going to affect you. So in either cases, the main thing is learning the lesson. If you don't learn the lesson, it is like you are unprepared. Then when the karma is going to come, it will pain you more. The pain will be there, suffering will be there. But if you learn the lesson, then it becomes easier for you to face it. If it comes, if it doesn't come, then it is okay. I think that didn't answer you.
Here I learn the lessons means like you get to know from the scriptures like what will be the consequence of that karma or like the outcome already we faced.
Like Mataji, like the karma is coming, that karma carried one lesson for me.
Yeah, but like generally in scripture is for this karma we have to get this consequence. And for my karma, let's say the result will be something. So already I have realized that means I have faced that result, or like I got the means like as theoretically I know this will be means I have done this in my past. So definitely in future this will be the means these things I have to face in my life. So theoretically I should know, or already I experienced that pain by knowing the result.
In the sense, Mataji, for example, let's say one thing. From the Shastras, like in 17th chapter it comes. Austerity of speech includes speaking what is truthful, beneficial, and in a non-agitating way. This is important. This is one thing which we can learn. Like we need to speak what is truth, of course. We need to speak the truth which is beneficial for him. I am speaking so much, but it is not required at all. So we speak what is truthful, which is beneficial for him, but in a non-agitating way, not that I pinch him. So this is the main austerity is here. So if we learn this lesson of speaking in a pleasing way, and as I said, pleasing means truthful as well. So pleasing and truthful. So that's why it's an austerity. You can either sugarcoat it or you can say it bluntly. Both are easy. But saying the truth in non-agitating way, this is the main austerity. So if you learn to do this thing, then you have learned the lesson. And then what happens? Then the lesson, then whatever karma had to come from someone, you probably in the past probably would have told someone bluntly, due to which they felt very bad. And that karma comes in a way that someone else will tell you very bluntly. So the lesson of that karma was that don't speak bluntly. You need to speak in a way that other people, you need to tell what they need to hear, but in a good way. So that was the lesson. So if you learn that lesson from Bhagavad Gita, the 17th chapter, then you have already learned the lesson. So
yeah, that is my question. Learn the lessons mean don't speak bluntly, or like already I got the pain, means somebody also spoke to me and it means like bluntly, so I got experience that pain. So that's why I want to know, means like knowing the lessons means like anyhow, although even though I'll get to know it, this will be the consequence, but definitely if I have done means Krishna will give that pain. If will not give, I'll not get that pain, the transformation will not happen, right? So how can you say that karma will not come to us?
yeah, that's fine. So Mataji, there is two things. One is I forgot that word. One is realized knowledge. One is bookish knowledge. There was another word, but whatever. So one is the knowledge which I have understood. Another thing is what I have realized. By reading that Bhagavad Gita verse, I have understood it. So till now, still even then I have not actually learned that lesson. Just because I know that verse doesn't mean I have learned that lesson. But when I have adopted that lesson, absorbed it, and I implemented in my life, which means now my character has changed. I have become a better version of myself. This is where I have actually learned that lesson.
Means already before reaction come, I already started implementing in my life as I should not speak bluntly with others.
Yes. So in that case, if someone speaks bluntly with you, still you will be equipped to not be affected much because you know that knowledge. And if it was very small, that they were not that much affected by you, then that small reactions might not be required. So in that way.
Prabhuji, I think Aishani has a question.
Yes, yes.
So you were talking about we can get freed from the bondage of karma, but how do we get out of the bondage of karma?
And that as Mataji, we can get out when we do bhakti. Like when we do bhakti, then what happens that we create special kind of karma which you call it as akarma. So it is like when we do bhakti, that akarma burns our good karma as well as the bad karmas. So why good karma also? For example, if I did something good, even to get that result also I need to take another birth. Because otherwise how will I get that fruit? That, as I said, fruit takes time to fructify. So if that didn't fructify in this life, I have to take another birth so that fruit can come to me. So when we do bhakti, that burns my good karma as well as my bad karma. So let me give an example. Why? How is it possible? I am a soldier and there is a commander. The commander says, go there, kill those 50 terrorists. Okay? And I go there and just like a video game, I shoot everyone and everybody dies. And nothing happens to me, just like a movie. So in that case, what happens? I get a probably Bharat Ratna award. That okay, brave person. But then when I go home and I see that my neighbor is creating too many troubles, and I think, oh, he doesn't know who I am. With this hand I kill 50 people. I will just add one more to it, a list. And if I kill him also, that same government who gave me reward will send me to jail. So the activity was the same. The person, the gun, the hand, everything was same. So why was the reaction different?
Because he used to live a different way. His duty in that time, in the war, it was his duty to kill. But if he now kills without a reason, then it's going to be not good.
Exactly. So because in the first case it was his duty, he followed the authority. So whatever, even if he made some mistake, still the commander would be questioned that okay, you sent him, so you need to be careful to use this person has this problem, like that. Only the commander will be in question. So good or bad, commander will be responsible. But when I do it based on my choice, then the reaction also is my responsibility. So in the same way, when I do things as per Krishna's instructions, so all the karmas becomes, Krishna takes responsibility of those karmas, including the karma which I did currently as well as the karma which I have on my baggage, because I am following Krishna's instructions. So Krishna says, I will take responsibility of you.
Well, can you all a bit more to define this devotees are?
So no, that's why when I follow Krishna's instructions, then Krishna takes responsibility for my actions, current actions, as well as my previous actions, or we can say previous karma also. So in that way, Krishna slowly and slowly liberates us based on how much we are following his instructions. And his instructions are basically Shastra. So the more we follow the Shastra, the more we learn the lessons, and more we learn the lessons, Krishna also delivers us from our previous karma. So we become better also, we become free from bondage also, and in that way can attain liberation. So everything happens together. Was it helpful, Matthew? Yeah. Thank you so much. So anybody else has any questions? Yes.
So it's a saying that our previous birth karmas we have to face in this birth. So we don't know what was our previous birth karmas, but why we have to face it in this birth?
So, for example, you got, take care. So, for example, we had COVID-19. So now, if you are going to, you got COVID recently, so will you go out and search that who was the person who spread me COVID? You may. Even if you search that, what can you do anyways?
Nothing.
Yeah. So the best course of action is first to cure myself. So in the same way, if a karma is coming to me, as we know, because it is karma, law of karma is impartial and infallible. So I did something which caused this karma to come to me. Just like it's not that, like in 10, 20 years before, there used to be telephone. At 2 o'clock night, someone used to call, and when we lift the phone, he says, Ramesh Rekya. But nobody in the house is there, named as Ramesh. So it was a wrong number. So law of karma is not like that, because whatever is coming to me is because I did something due to which it is coming to me. So that proves that I did something. I might not be knowing, but anyways, it has come now. What to do for it? So the best thing is, if I learn the lesson, at least I don't repeat it so that I have to face again. The next life also I'll ask the same question, so we can avoid it. Yeah, thank you. Anybody else?
Sometimes Western culture is a mixture between karma, you don't understand karma, and believe, I believe, I don't believe.
Right.
But sometimes, for example, Ireland, somebody arrived with a gun, okay, and say, I don't believe in Irish law. I start to kill everybody,
Right.
but he will kill. It doesn't matter if believe or not believe.
Right.
Karma, it's a fact.
Yeah. Thank you, Giridhari. So there was a question here, Prabhuji.
No.
So yeah, there was belief as well as I'm just trying to understand.
It's a fact, it's a law.
Yeah, it's a law, exactly. Whether we believe it or not, it's going to happen. Yes, Prabhuji, thank you. Yes,
One question, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
So like, they say that, okay, whatever you do has consequence and everything like that, right? But like, there's some people, somewhere I've heard as well, that, in the past life or something like that, you might have done some karma, that is why you are getting the fruits in this life.
Yeah.
And you have to fulfill that prarabdha in order to, like attain moksha and stuff like that. So how will you know that, okay, you did something in your past life which is why you are suffering, and when you have done nothing like as such in this janma?
So yes, Prabhuji. So like as I gave the example, so I don't know any other example, so I'll repeat it. So for example,
In Srila Prabhupada said once, like in the material world, it's like we're drowning in water. So your first business is to get out of the water before understanding why we came into the water, why we're drowning.
Correct.
So that's what he said.
That's also good. Yeah, thank you so much. So like we are like drowning now. So like we are facing that karma. So instead of asking why am I facing that karma, if at least I learned a lesson from the scriptures and I get out, then I can at least now be safe from this cycle of karma. Then we can be like satisfied. Or we can say, anyways, if karma is coming, there is a reason. Like for example, if you infect a disease, like Prabhupada also says, if you are infected with a disease, that means you came in contact with it. So there is no point in asking the source. It's better to take preventive measures. So in the same way, if the karma is coming, means we did sometime. That is the reason we are infected with its seed, and hence the reaction. So if we at least learn the lesson by learning, hearing, or whatever, experiencing, then we won't repeat that same mistake again and face the same reaction. So in that way, it's better to learn the lesson. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. If there is, yes, Prabhu.
There are 5 elements. I don't remember too much years ago, but karma is not eternal. Prakriti, creation, it's like a circle, it's eternal. 5, remember?
Correct. Yes,
too much years ago, I remember 85, 1985. But I remember Guru Maharaj Jagataga Swami explained it to us 40 years ago about karma and said 5 elements, but 1 is not eternal. Karma.
Correct. Yes,
karma is possible change. Our karma, the activities, devotional service.
Right.
Yoga.
Yeah. So like from this I remembered one thing. Like I saw an image, I can't draw now. For example, just to explain what Prabhuji said. So like there are 5 things as Prabhuji said. So one is Jiva, which are we. Then we have Ishwar or Bhagavan, so which is God. Then we have Prakriti, which is this world. Then we have Kala or time. And then we have Karma. So like we can say Jiva is here, then Prakriti is here, and Bhagavan is here. So Jiva and Bhagavan, these 2 we have an eternal relationship, which we call it as yoga. Jiva and Bhagavan. Then Jiva and Prakriti, this relationship is based on karma. Because based on karma only we live in this world. And the relationship between Ishwar or Bhagavan and the Prakriti is Kala. Based on Kala, he is creating or annihilating this world. So these are the 5 topics. Thank you, bro. So anybody else has any questions, comments? No? So yeah, you have any like 2 questions you are asking, Matali? No, okay. So then we can thank you everybody for coming. So we can move on to the next part of the session, which is Aarti. And thank you everyone. Hare Krishna.
Giridhari Prabhu ki
Jai.
Jaya Panchatattva Jayo Panchatattva Jayo Panchatattva Jayo Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Gaura Everyone can go down to offer the obeisances to the Lordship. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramansa Parivrajacharya Shlotasha Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charnarinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Om Vishnupada Paramansa Parivrajacharya Shlotasha Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Prem se gaur Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki Shardho Swami Prabhugan ki Vartaman Acharya Vrinda ki Shri Ganga Mai Yamuna Mai ki Bhakti Devi Tulsi Maharani ki Samve Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki ISKCON Dublin Gaur Aarti ki Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to assembled devotee. All glories to assembled devotee. All glories to assembled devotee. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga.
Namaste Narasimhaya लक्ष्मीपति श्री नरसिंहदेव भगवान की भक्त शिरोमणि श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।
Hare Krishna. So thank you everyone for joining today for the Sunday festival. So downstairs the prasadam is started. So whoever wishes to go downstairs, they can go and take prasadam. And we are going to have some Kirtan now. So whoever wants to stay, they can stay here and go after that. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Giridhari.